Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. In this video we're going to see if ceramic coatings on your paintwork have any benefits with regards to graffiti. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So what we're doing in this video is taking an automotive test panel, a wing. We've prepped it, we've split it in half, we've put a ceramic coating in one side, the other side is completely bare, and then we're taking a rattle can spray paint, an acrylic one. I don't know if that's what the graffiti artists use, probably not too important, just a random car paint, spraying it over both sides, the treated side and the untreated side, and then trying to remove it and then seeing if the actual ceramic coating makes a difference. So observation number one, guys, before we even get onto the removal, just spraying the paint onto the panel, the treated side with the ceramic coating, you could see the paint struggle to kind of bond and level, so you wouldn't get a level coating of paint. It would repel itself a little bit and fail to give you a smoother coating of paint. You can see that, whereas the uncoated side, where the paint fell, it sort of stuck and was more level. So the ceramic coating had an impact on not allowing the paint perhaps to kind of fall onto it and bond to it, from what I could see with that, you know, just how it fell. Observation number two, removing paint off of the ceramic coating. The paint was left for about 2 days just to fully harden off, and whatever paint is put down, how easy it is to remove. The first thing is, if you get it straight away before that paint has gone off, it's going to be a lot easier to get off the panel and break down. I'm doing worst case scenario where the paint has dried. Now, I wanted to try 3 different forms of products to remove it. Number one, water and detergent on a microfiber cloth. No surprises there. When the paint had fully dried, the water and the microfiber cloth, there was no real, you know, the paint was not coming off, you know, even when I was rubbing it that easily on the side where the ceramic coating is versus the side where the ceramic coating wasn't. Perhaps slightly easier if I'd have started rubbing harder, because it hadn't leveled properly on the ceramic coating side. I think I'd have got a little bit more off, but pound per pound, no difference. Why is that? Well, because perhaps when that paint has dried, it's even on the ceramic coating side now, it's kind of bonded a little bit to the surface of the ceramic coating, and it's not going to just come off easily, and the water and the kind of APC degreaser product is not able to break down the paint, so therefore once that paint is dried, there isn't that much advantage in terms of being able to get it off with just kind of water, you know, and rubbing that I could see, and that's kind of to be expected. The next thing is I used a mineral spirit, you know, like a white spirit based degreaser, a pure hydrocarbon, and wiped that over the paint. Again, there was a slight improvement with the ceramic coating side, but it was not removing the paint off easily, because the material, the product that I'm using to remove the paint, is not really appropriate for actually breaking down that particular type of paint. It affects it more than the water-based degreaser, but it's not the right product. The third thing I used, which is the thing I always tend to use if I've got paint on car that I need to remove, is cellulose thinner. So a very aggressive paint stripper, basically, that you want to use with a little bit of caution, you know, because it's very powerful, very strong solvent for breaking down paints. You know, it's what they use to kind of clean out your spray guns and stuff like that. It is designed to dissolve paint. Using the cellulose thinner to clean the panel, the side with the ceramic coating on, was easier to remove. It came off a little bit easier, it broke down quicker, and it was faster to buff away. However, the side without the ceramic coating on, because the cellulose thinner was able to break down the paint, I could still remove all of the paint from the side with no ceramic coating on it. Because like I say, it doesn't matter how well it's bonded, if you are dissolving that material and that solvent is effective on that material, then you're still going to be able to remove it. So ultimate conclusions on this, guys. The ceramic coating, there definitely seems to be some benefits to having it on that side with the paint not being able to bond in the first place. In terms of removal, I think if that paint dries, the difference between an unprotected panel and a protective panel, there are some But ultimately, if you're trying to remove this dried paint on a panel, I think you are not going to be able to remove it without dissolving the paint in a time effective manner. So you're still ultimately going to be using something like a very aggressive solvent that you've got to be very careful with to remove that. But overall though, yeah, one other thing that's important is I don't even think the cellulose thinner stripped off the ceramic coating. From what I can see, there's still evidence that the coating, I believe, is intact, but I think it will have had an effect on that coating. It won't help it, will it? Certainly won't help it. Maybe if you kept going at a ceramic coating with cellulose thinner, you could probably break it down eventually. I really don't know. So I hope this video was half useful. Again, a lot of the times I'm giving you an opinion just based on a simple test. Let me know what you think about this, guys. What else could I have done? I could have maybe pressure washed it to see if I could blast it off. You know, but I think I'd have had to have got close to it, and that wouldn't be the way that you would remove paint, because it's too risky using the pressure on clear coat to try and blast off the paint, break the bond of it, and I don't think that's effective in my opinion. I think you've got to use a product, like I say, that breaks it down. So thank you very much for watching, guys. This was a video on graffiti and ceramic coating. There are definitely some benefits there to having a ceramic coating on your car to help you with the problem of graffiti if you're unlucky enough to have that problem. Thanks very much for watching.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I?